a very charming little game. So if that sounds interesting, I can highly recommend that you play it. It's short and sweet. And here we have our runners starting. We start off in the grove. Let's see. I do not have any audio. Well, we start off in the grove, which is the first area of the game. And yeah, in the grove, we have two missions. First is to get through the grove as fast as possible. And then we also want to get 80 money, because we need 80 money in order to get enough money to buy an item after this area. At the start of the game, you have a few moves available. You can roll, which you can see them spamming most of the time, which just allows them to go fast. And it also allows them to dodge through enemies and attacks, which is very helpful. A very helpful movement tool. Then you can jump. You can also double jump. Then you have some melee attacks, and you have a bow for ranged attacks. And that are the mechanics available to you at the start. So yeah, as I said, they want to get 80 money as well in the grove. So in order to get those 80 money, there are 3 chests that are routed into their run. They have grabbed one of the chests already, and they will take 2 small detours to grab 2 more chests to get the money. And there, yeah, as you see, they grab that chest, and then there's 1 more chest that will be picked up here. So the grove is actually a very hard area to speedrun, because the imps are very random in what they decide to do. They jump around randomly, and like how they behave is pretty much random. So it's a very tricky area to do well. And here we have the first boss of the game, Edea. Our runners will try to perform a quick kill where if you release your fully charged arrows during a specific attack at the right time, it will instantly die. And both our runners get a quick kill. That is very good. It's not the easiest. There are a few frames where you can release your arrows and it will kill Edea. And both our runners manage to do it. So if you kill an enemy if you kill a boss without taking any damage or using healing in this patch, then you will get a special boss item. These boss items are often very powerful and speed up boss fights in the run, and you really want to get them in the speedrun. And you also saw them, you might have seen them buy the crystal seed from the shop there. So they have 2 items right now. The crystal seed, which is an active item which increases their damage for a short while when they use it, and the Edea's pearl from the first boss, which gives you poison properties to your arrows. And here we have the second boss fight, which is a 2-part boss fight against Mocha and Lubella. Mocha is a little bully. He likes to jump around randomly and can be very annoying, but it looks like our runners are handling it well. Yeah. When Mocha reaches around 70% health, when Mocha is around 70% health, the boss fight switches to Lubella. And Quadcat was unlucky and got a dive, which just loses a bunch of time. SebK was a lot luckier and did not get a Lubella dive. So SebK is a little bit ahead right now. Yeah, and so the item that Lubella drops is the Bachman patch, which spawns a lot of back blocks from the top of the screen, which Each of them does a little bit of damage, but since there are so many of them, it adds up into quite a lot of damage. And it will be one of the main tools for boss killing, especially later when you pair it up with another item. And the next area our runners are going through is the subterranean graves, which is an area that features quite a bit of underwater movement. In this game, you don't have any breath, so you can stay underwater as long as you like. But what it does is make you move slower, but you can also like infinitely jump or swim. But your rolling is still very, very fast. Oh, Quad Cat touches spikes, which is very unfortunate because even if they are playing on easy, spikes are still an instant kill. So you really want to avoid all of these spikes, which are very hard to... Well, they can be very hard to avoid sometimes. There are a lot of spikes, and just a small mistake will be enough to kill you. So SebK has a sizable lead right now, but knowing how this game goes, Quad Cat is not out of the race yet. Yeah, in this area you really want to focus on rolling as much as possible, because just regular movement while underwater is pretty slow, but rolling is very fast in comparison. And SebK is right now about to enter the next boss fight. Oh, Quad Cat dies again to spikes. That is very unfortunate. Especially since she will have to sit through that cutscene one more time. As we see SebK fight against Frida, which is commonly known as Dumb Drinking Bird. And Frida has 3 major attacks that can be 4 major attacks that she can do. And that was the worst one, where she teleports. Because that means you can't do damage to her, and you just lose a bit of time. But SebK handles Frida very nicely and gets the next item of the run, which is the Sparse Thread. The Sparse Thread allows you to just do some explosion magic, which does just a sizable amount of damage around you. So it's nothing amazing, it's just a very solid item. Or it's not very flashy, rather. It's a very solid item and just very good overall. It's just simple and basic. So. Oh, Quad Cat dies once more to the spikes. What she's trying to do there is a roll jump from that small platform, where if you fail that roll jump, which requires you to perfectly input rolling and jumping on the same frame, you will roll into the spikes instead and die. So it is a very risky move to do, especially in a race setting like this. So I am surprised that she has gone for them, but sometimes you do what you feel you can do. And now SebK is entering, right about to enter the next boss fight, which is a refight against Lubella. This is a special boss fight in the run, because we don't need the item that this boss fight drops. But SebK is very unlucky, and Lubella decides to instantly dive, which is very annoying. Like, you lose a lot of time, and most of your Bachmann blocks miss, so it's just very sad when that happens. But SebK manages to kill her before she dives a second time, which is very neat. And there we go, Quad Cat manages to roll jump this time off that small platform, and can now swim along and continue. As SebK enters the next part of the run, where you become a cat. As a cat, you are smaller, you are faster, you jump higher, and most importantly, you are cuter. But while you are a cat, you cannot use any items, you cannot use your bow, and you cannot climb ladders. Because cats don't have opposable thumbs. Who would have thought? But you do get the item that SebK has right now, which is the cat sphere, which allows you to transform between the human form and cat form. As a cat, your roll is well, it is a fast roll, but at the end of your roll, you have like a recovery animation, which is very slow. So in cat form, what you want to do is to get the highest speed, you want to roll jump and then cancel the end animation with a melee attack. But SebK is not doing roll jumps because, if I recall correctly, their setup, like their keyboard, doesn't really allow for roll jump inputs. I think it doesn't allow two buttons to be pressed at the same time or so. So SebK will do traditional, just standard movement of running. And what SebK did right there is visit the bell, like the save point that was in that room, in order to mark it as seen for, which will allow them to use the warp powers later to travel to it. And Quadcat manages to finish the dumb drinking bird Frida and continues now onwards towards Lubella 2. Yeah. So what is the goal right now of the game? Yeah. So right now, overall, the goal of this game is to reach or find the queen and find out what is causing, or your goal is to find out what is causing the corruption to spread throughout the land. And in order to do that, you need to find the queen who is inside of Karst Castle. But in order to reach Karst Castle, you have to find the 4 Karst Crest fragments in order to get access to the castle, because there is a barrier in the way. So that is what our runners are doing right now. They're going across the world, the game world, in order to find these 4 Karst Crest fragments. They have picked up one that was after Frida, which each Karst Crest fragment gives you a new power as well, or a power-up of some kind. And the one after Frida allows you to charge your bow faster, which slightly increases your damage done, or not damage done, but your DPS, rather, like damage per second. And now SebK is going for the second Karst fragment, which allows them to warp. The warp in this game allows you to warp from a bell to... There are a few bells you can warp to. And there's one in each major area, and if you have seen that bell, then you can warp to it. And that's what SebK just did. That was the bell SebK visited earlier in the run, just to see it. And now SebK is on their way to the next fragment, which is guarded by the Heretical Arsonist, which is one of the tougher boss fights of the run. Heretical Arsonist has a lot of health, can be hard to predict sometimes and be very annoying, and sometimes you can trap yourself in a corner, which is not very great. So yeah, it's a long fight that you have a lot of opportunities to make mistakes during it. Hopefully we won't see any mistakes here, as SebK starts by fighting Arsonist. During this fight, you also have Calf, the knight character, to help you. And she helps you out with some damage, but sometimes she can be more of a hindrance, because sometimes she staggers Arsonist when you don't want her to get staggered, and sometimes Arsonist can get staggered into you, which is not great. And here we go. SebK defeated Arsonist very smoothly and picked up the next fragment, which allows you to dash in the air by using your dodge button. That speeds up movement by a lot, and it gives you, well, yeah, it allows you to dodge stuff and move faster. And if you look on QuadCat screen, you can see her doing roll jumps when canceling the end animation by by using melee attacks, which is the fastest form of movement when you are a cat like that without dash. And then SebK is now picking up the key for to get to the next part of the run, or to get access to the final crest fragment. And oh yeah, the item that was dropped by Arsonist is the Pocket Incensory, which adds fire effect to your attacks, which also works on your Bachman patch, which means that your Bachman patch does around 3 times as much damage as before, which turns it from a good item to an absolute boss killer, as we will see here in this final fight. And yeah, that was a boss fight that SebK just defeated. It's a very cool boss fight casually. But in the speedrun, we absolutely demolish it. And now that SebK has all the 4 Karst Crest fragments, it is time to go to the castle. And well, in order to reach the castle, we have to go through the Royal Pinacoteca, which is it's a neat area. It has features a lot of vertical platforming, and it features a nice mix of platforming you need to do as a human and platforming you need to do as a cat. So you have to switch between them quite often, and it's a very technical area and a very neat one as well. QuadCat is on her way to Arsonist, and hopefully that fight will go well for her. So you will see SebK here go for a small detour in order to grab the Sealed Wind item. Why we grab that item is because at the end of the run, after you defeat the final boss, if you do not do what our runners are going to do, you will just get the normal ending, or it can basically called the bad ending, and you don't get the credit scene. In the speedrun, we considered beaten when you reach the credits, or like we don't consider it beaten unless you get the credits. So we have to unlock the true ending of the game. So they need to grab the Sealed Wind in order to get there. And now SebK is going to do the Lupiar and Magnolia fight, which can be very annoying because Lupiar, the first part of this fight here, can decide to roll. But SebK managed to finish it off nicely and finish the fight nicely as well, and gets the heavy arrows. So what makes that first phase so difficult is that Lupiar cannot be damaged by arrows. So if you want to try and do that without getting hit, then it's very hard to do that without the strat we use, because you can't stun her reliably with one attack. So sometimes she will just do a quick attack and hit you, which is very annoying. And you can't just sit in a corner and spam arrows. So what you need to do is basically use the Bachman patch and nuke her before she has a chance to do anything. So what SebK did there just before warping was to use the Bachman patch to hit a switch that is off screen. That switch will unlock a shortcut which saves time that would be used to go around the castle, and now is doing some backtrack in order to unlock the true ending, as I mentioned earlier. And you do that by upgrading your leaf, which is your melee weapon, and upgrading it. Well, you bathe it in tea and upgrade it to a sacred leaf. Well, it was a sacred leaf, but now it's a more powerful sacred leaf that can cleanse even stronger corruption than before. And yeah, we do that backtracking right there because the bell that you unlock the shortcut at is this final bell you can warp to. So that makes for a very good point to do some backtracking. It also helps that you have to wait for the shortcut to unlock, but if you warp away, then you basically skip that animation. So that's a nice little bonus. As SebK now is making their way through the final area of the game, which is the Karst Castle. And there you can see Calf, who is just taking a nap, and Quadcat died. That's in the Pinacoteca, which is rough. SebK now has one mini boss, the Clone Angel, and then has to get to the Queen and fight her. So Clone Angel is a very simple fight if you can read which one is the Clone Angel. And the easiest way to do that in a speed run is to look at which one hovers closest to the ground, and that is the real one. And yeah, it is now time for the longest. Well, no, this isn't the longest elevator, but this is the most dangerous elevator in the game. It's long and has enemies that shoot you during it. And now it's time for SebK to enter the final boss fight against the Queen. And this is a very good time by SebK. This is on sub 23 pace, which is very good. And first phase, very cleanly done. Let's see how the second phase goes. Does not get... Oh yeah. Did not do it perfectly because they use jumping slashes instead of... there is a... If you hit jump and melee at the same time, then you can do like a jumping melee attack, which doesn't cause as much hit lag or it doesn't have any hit lag at all, actually. And there we go, a 2250 from SebK. That's a very solid time for round 1 by SebK. Okay, and now that the first race is over, I'll see if we can fix audio. And if anyone has any questions about the game or the runs, now is a pretty good time to ask them. Why is partner's dance in the background so quiet? Which partner's dance are you talking about right now? We do seem to have some audio issues right now. In general. Playing very faintly in the background. Oh. It does say that it's playing background music on the commentator controls. Let's see. Can pam pam pam. Hmm. And so we're doing some behind the scenes work here in order to hopefully make race 2 even better. That was a very solid. First race was really solid from SebK. Let's see. That was a 22:51. Let's see. If we check the leaderboards, if we check the easy leaderboards, we can see that the 22:51 is 10th place. SebK has a 22:40 on the leaderboards, which is like 11 seconds away from your PB on the marathon run like this. That is very, very good. Ah, seems like we have audio now. Okay, so for the second Lubella dive, she is gone for 12 seconds. But if she dives at the start, you will not only lose out on the 12 seconds from when she's gone, you will also lose a lot of damage from your Bachman patches. So it will cost even more than 12 seconds, and so you will lose more damage more damage. Yeah, you will lose more damage and more time than those 12 seconds where she is off screen. PB different. Okay, yeah, PB different. Oh yeah, that is 11 seconds. Well, 11 seconds, 10 seconds, rounding errors. Oh, seems like we will have a second commentator as well coming in very shortly. So yeah, well, it seems like we're doing everything for the second race here. Yeah, dual commentating. So I will have to share the voice time with someone else.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello and welcome to commentating this lovely race. How are you doing?
I'm pretty fine, I guess. I just managed to find a little bit of time because we just finished the renovation just a little while ago. Also, I had a great week of not playing Momodora after my last race, so yeah, I'm great.
Okay. Yeah. Good to hear. Yeah, sometimes just it takes a while where you can't really play Momo. But it's
Yeah.
always fun when whenever you get back into it. Like when I did my AV runs recently, or whenever you do race commentary, it feels nice.
Yeah, it does. Like, I'm gonna get back to it just real soon, but I'm still taking a little bit longer break.
Yeah. Yes.
Also, yeah, I couldn't have missed the occasion to commentate on Cat versus Seb because this match is insanely hype. I mean, it may be
Yeah.
a bronze final, but it's a really great match.
Yeah, they are. Let's see, what is Cat's PB? Catnip's PB is at 22:35. SebK's PB is at 22:40. So both of their PBs are like within 5 seconds of each other. So if they're playing their best, they will be very close. And I have some inside information that the race has started, so we'll see whenever the commentary stream catches up to it. And hopefully we'll have an even more hype second race. Sadly, Quadcat had some issues with some inputs being eaten, but she restarted the game between the runs, and here we go. Race 2 is starting, and we have audio this time as well, which makes yeah, kind of unfortunate that we did not have audio during the first race, but that means that more people could hear my lovely voice instead. No distractions from me. Yes, and we are now back in the Grove. The randomness of the imps it's not too bad when you're playing on easy or normal, but when you reach hard or insane, then you start with very little health. In the case of insane, you only have 1 health, so anything that attacks you will kill you. And there's also more enemies around. So yeah, the Grove on hard or insane is a very evil place.
Yeah, you could say it's insane.
Yes, like when you are on the difficulty select screen and you have insane chosen, it says don't even try this. For
and
good reason.
Seriously, don't even try that. It's crazy. I've played insane once, and man, was it mad.
Yeah.
It's a really high difficulty level.
And yeah, our runners are like okay. They are like almost exactly on the same pace here right now. Well, now Quadcat is a little bit ahead. Oh wow. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there are no spike deaths in subterranean graves this run.
Please don't mention it. We don't want the commentators curse.
I mean, sometimes I'm not sure. My commentator's curse. It's weird. Sometimes it's really strong. Sometimes I like bless people instead. I don't know how this works. This is very weird. And yeah, it is true. Insane is probably the best way to describe insane difficulty. And I say that as someone who runs a lot of insane, because I think it's a fun category. And let's see how quick kill goes. Quadcat gets the quick kill.
Nice.
Idea wants to dance with Seb. Does he get the quick kill? No. No quick kill for Seb, so Quadcat has a slight lead right now. Misses the second attempt at the quick kill, but has done enough damage to probably just finish the fight normally now.
No, that's pretty harsh though. It's about I think 15 seconds of time loss.
Yeah, I think if you do like the fight optimally without doing the quick kill, you lose 15 seconds than if you would have performed the quick kill. Yeah, now we have the small trip through going through Karst Castle. No, this isn't Karst Castle. This is just Karst City. Yeah. I am a bit ahead in my game memory.
Dream, what is your favorite area in the game?
Oh, I mean, I really like Cinder Chambers because in AVIB, like the platforming there is really precise and interesting. That was an interesting Mocha fight.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there was.
That's unfortunate. Cat just took damage at the end of the fight because he went a little bit too close to Mocha.
Yeah.
Even though Mocha was already like preparing to give Lubella the place. So yeah, that's really unlucky. Seb seems to have no problems so far. Oh my god. That is really bad.
It seems like
we see
Quadcat is giving up from what I see here in the race room. Well, so I guess we will have. Well, let's watch Seb play and hope for a PB. Well, it will be rough actually when SebK did not get the quick kill. But let's hope for a good run here. And yeah, and Quadcat has now officially forfeited from the race. So yeah, we will get another run from SebK here.
I mean, you gotta respect that because Cat has been really unfortunate ever since my match with Cat. So ever since she won the pass to the KO rounds, she has just had really bad luck.
Yeah, I faced Cat in the KO round, and I had an atrocious first race. But then in the second and third race there, I managed to do well, and Quadcat was a bit unlucky and missed sparse thread both of the times. And yeah, sometimes you get in a slump and you feel like your inputs don't really do as they should, and like you don't know how to play, but that happens. So sometimes you just need a break from the game.
Yeah.
And it's a bit sad that it happened during a tournament match. but
Yeah,
sometimes that's just what happens.
yeah, it's quite sad because normally Cat is a really, really great runner.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's rough to see her have this bad luck.
yeah, it is very unfortunate. Oh, SebK did a roll jump? I didn't know he could do
Oh,
that.
yeah, he
Wow,
actually did.
wow,
I mean,
this is
wow.
amazing.
This is illegal.
This is illegal. Are we sure it's not? Yeah, are we sure this is SebK playing? Since
What
I
if it's
know,
Cat?
yeah, maybe they switched the streams, and this is the biggest bamboozle the world has ever seen, or something.
Okay, coming back to our previous conversation, what's your favorite area in the game?
Oh yeah, favorite area. Yeah, Cinder Chambers, because in AVIB you have a lot of precise platforming in order to get a lot of collectibles in that area and such, and there are a lot of evil enemies that try to kill you. So it's just a very difficult and fun area to do in that category. And I think that's why it's my favorite area. And also it's basically 100% skill. There are no random enemies or annoying things like that. You just have to do some precise platforming, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite area?
So Cinder Chambers is it's a really decent area, and I have to give it that. But honestly, it's not my favorite because it's a lot of vertical movement, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay, yeah,
But my favorite area would be, I think, the Karst City.
Car City.
Because
Okay.
yeah, it's I just really like its design and the enemies that spawn there. Like
Yeah.
I just like the how classic a witch is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It gives that feel.
I have some bad memories from like when you do the first run through the Car City when you go towards Mocha and Libella. Uh, like when I started running this game, I was a not very sane person and started running the game on insane. So like the run from like the run between Edia and the Mocha is actually very tough when you're playing on insane. So yeah, I had a lot of issues with that area, especially like it's a lot harder if you can't roll jump when you're playing on that difficulty. So yeah,
Imagine Seb doing insane runs.
yeah, and Seb gets the dive again, instantly dive by Lubella. Instant dives by Lubella. That sounds like a brand with a slogan.
I'd actually buy that merch.
That could make for some good merch. Yeah, that is true.
I mean, honestly, I just probably buy any Momodora merch.
Oh yeah, that is true. Momo merch is good stuff, or would be good stuff.
Yeah.
I just remember sneaky looking at the bootleg Momodora merch before one of his GDQ runs of the game. Oh, here we are. Now we are in the best part of the run, where you become a cat. And as I said last time, you are smaller, you are faster, you jump higher, and the most important quality of a cat, you are cuter.
Yeah, you're also a cat.
There was yeah, Kafo plush. There was a Kaho cat. Cat. Oh, Kafo for cat Kaho, I suppose.
Yeah, Kalo.
Half coordinated got that commissioned for his GDQ run of it, and he got two of them. One for himself, and one was a donation prize during that marathon.
Yeah,
And
that was actually the run that got me into speedrunning Momodora.
yeah, I think that was actually the run that brought in most people. Like if you consider a single run,
Yeah, like
because half is yeah. Go ahead.
like I didn't see it in live time. I just was watching the GDQ quite a little bit of time afterwards, and that was my probably favorite part of the whole stream. So I just came back to it every now and then, and after I think it's been like 1.5 years from when I've seen it first to when I started speedrunning the game. So it wasn't immediate, but yeah, that's mainly the reason I got into speedrunning this game.
Yeah, it was very similar for me. I remember I watched the run once, and then I watched it again like a month late, a few months after that, and then like a year after that, I picked up the game and was like, "Yeah, this game is fun." And then I just started speedrunning and I'm like, "Yeah, this is fun." It's just a very charming game to play.
Yeah, it is. It's actually really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was the good night, or that's what I call him because he dies so quickly. So you just say good night and he's gone, basically. Because Sparse Thread is a very powerful item when it comes to enemies that have low health. An interesting fact is that all the mini bosses in this game, well, there are 2 of them, cannot be hit by arrows. It's that knight and it's the clone angel at the end of the game in Karst Castle. And another fact is that Clone Angel is not an angel. She's supposed to be a vampire, but Clone Angel is what we call her in the community, and it's just stuck.
I mean, she doesn't look like a vampire at all.
I mean, she has like, her wings don't really look angelish either.
Yeah, they don't.
I would say the wings look more bat vampire-ish than angelish. But she does have, like, if you attack the wrong clone, she will spawn fish from the sky, and that looks more like angel feathers than anything vampire related. So
Yeah.
she's pale and has teeth. That is true. That is true.
So what is this triple name mix in the chat? I see Catho with C and TH. So
Yeah,
it would be a mix of Cajo, cat, and calf. And that's
well,
amazing.
I just read it as cat cajo to denote her cat form and not her human form, like cafo. Cato. Oh, yeah, it's weird saying it.
Yeah. It is.
Try combining cat and cajo. It's like cato. That sounds very weird. Oh.
It does.
Well, now we have the arsonist fight again. Like, the arsonist fight, as I said, can take a long time because she has a lot of health and she can be rude to you. You also want to finish the fight as far right as possible because that's where you want to go after the fight ends. And then you want to be close to Calf when the fight is over because she is awesome and she wants to talk to you. So if you're far away from Calf, she has to run over to you, which loses time.
That is true.
This was a really nice fight.
Yeah, it was really smooth. Also, because Arsonist is such a big bully, I decided to bully her a little bit, and I'm just casually calling her toilet paper on fire.
Oi, toilet paper on fire.
Yeah, because she's all covered in those like bandages.
Is she? I haven't really taken a closer look at her design, even though I played like over 300 hours of this game. I mean, it took at least 100 hours for me to learn the boss names, so yeah, I'm not paying the most attention to this game.
Yeah, how many hours did it take for you to learn the Royal Pinacoteca name?
I mean, I don't know. It took a long time. I mostly recall it the Royal Pinecone City because that's a lot easier and I like that name more. But I'm not sure. I think I learned. I'm not sure if I learned boss names first or that name first. Because Pinacoteca is a tricky word.
It actually is.
Yeah, and now it's time to go visit Fennel. Fennel has some of the best music in the game. Like, this game has some like pretty simple music, but it's very nice and soothing and calming.
Fennel has a lot of best things in this game. She's the best girl, she has the best music, and she has the best fight.
She has the best gun as well.
Oh yeah.
This fighting, when you're playing it casually, is a really good fight.
Yeah. Seb
Oh, yeah.
actually did the one back strat, and that's always impressive to me. Like, well, Seb didn't make it as impressive, but when I'm watching Google or Heyo do that, it's honestly just really impressive how many hits you can just fit in between everywhere to get more damage onto them.
Yeah, I can't do the one backman strat at all, so I just do the casual strat of doing 2 backman patches instead. And yeah, we have some very important information from chat. Fennel is actually not best girl. Ladder Boss is the best girl because she has the longest legs.
Okay, I'm gonna fight for that. Fennel has the best gun, so she's the best girl.
But Ladder Boss has the longest legs. Have you seen how long those legs are? It's insane.
Yeah.
And you see Ladder Boss for longer than you see Fennel if you play AVIP.
That's actually so sad.
Yeah, it is sad. What? Oh my god, I haven't thought of that. In the if you do AVIP, you see a ladder for a longer time than you see one of the bosses. Dude, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Huh.
I mean, now that we play casually, that fight is really long and honestly really fun, but also really difficult.
Yeah, it's very scary, especially when she reaches her second phase.
Yeah, her second phase is really crazy. All the jumps and curses.
Yeah, let's see here what happens for SebK. Will Loopyar cooperate? One Bachman good, 2 Bachman good, and a sparse spread. Boom.
That was
Very
actually
clean.
so smooth.
Yeah.
I wish my
And-
loopers were this smooth.
Yeah. They usually go pretty smooth for me, but that was very smooth.
And I actually can roll jump.
Yeah. Imagine being able to do that.
Oh my god. What a scary man.
Kaho can't get sharp cloak. Can you explain it? What is sharp cloak?
What did you ask? Sorry.
Casey talks about sharp cloak in the chat, and I have no idea what sharp cloak is. Hollow Knight. I see. Okay,
I sadly didn't play Hollow Knight yet.
Hollow Knight is a nice game. I like it.
Yeah, I know it's a great game, and I really want to play it soon. But honestly, I've just got so many games to play right now, and I'm on a little bit of a time limit. So
Yeah, I know how that is. I've been playing way too much Monster Hunter World recently, and I have a lot of other games I want to play as well.
and there's always Momo.
Yeah, there's always Momo. But I feel like I can take a break now that I got a new PB in Insane AVIB, so I think I can take a break from Momo. Thank you. Yeah, let's see how this run has been very smooth from SebK. No major mistakes. Did not get the quick kill sadly, and did get a dive in Lubella 2, which is very unfortunate.
I actually just noticed it, but the stream now displays my Discord name instead of my Twitch name. That's a surprise.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It has been a pretty smooth race from Seb, but
Yeah, no,
that idea was really unfortunate. No, sorry, it was Lubella.
well, Idea and Lubella.
Yeah,
both
Idea and
of
Lubella.
them were unfortunate. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Monster Hunter World is fun. It is fun. Okay, let's see. Cloning. So, if you look closely, you can see. Well, it's a little bit hard to tell, but if you had, well, okay, if you had eyes, no, that's not really how this works. If you paid very close attention, you could see that the one the SebK went for was closer to the ground.
Yeah.
And there are also like I think 3 or 4 different spawns you can get for the first cycle. So like if you play it enough, then you can just see that they spawned in these locations, so then it's this one that is the real one. It's pretty neat.
I
Now
mean,
let's see.
it's the worst when she spawns on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, when she spawns to the far right, that's the worst spawn you can get because you waste a little bit of time getting to her. But it doesn't cost too much time because you still can make it back to the door before the barrier is removed, so it's not too bad.
And this was really smooth. The
Yeah.
first and second phase, no problem for Seb. Let's see the third one. Shouldn't be much of an issue.
Yeah, the third phase is by far the easiest phase. So if you die here, then when you have all the items, you shouldn't die here. Because Queen dies before she can do an attack. And there we have it, GG.
Yeah,
SebK wins this match.
23:04, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's a very solid time.
Yeah,
and let's see if we can...
I mean, it's still a minute faster than my PB, so...
Yeah, my PB is not too far from that. I think I have like a 23... I have a 23 something. I'm not sure exactly what I have. 23:11 actually. Huh. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's pretty scary how quickly Seb got this good after beginning. It took him like a few weeks, and he scored the 24s and 23s.
Yeah, we are going to do an interview with Seb. I don't think QuadCat is here. I don't think QuadCat wants to interview even if she was here. So yeah, here we have Seb. Welcome, and well, congratulations for third place in this tournament.
Thank you, SGG.
Yeah,
and those were two very solid runs by you. Like the first run was like 11 seconds of your PB, the second run like 24 seconds of PB. Like very, very solid runs.
Yeah, the first run, Luvela. It's always Luvela.
Yeah,
it's always Luvela. And the second run, I got tilted by a Dia Dance in La Comparsita, and it's twice the quick kill, I think.
Yeah,
and then the Luvela dive again. Yeah,
Luvela diving is very rude. And but in the second race, you actually did a roll jump. That was very surprising. I didn't know you could do roll jumps.
Okay, I can do roll jumps, but it's so hard to do it on this keyboard that I don't even bother normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I even joked it was illegal. Except rolling, how can it be?
Yeah, I actually was playing on another PC, man.
Yeah, so now that... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, new keyboard flex.
Yeah. One day.
Yeah, so now we have one more race in the tournament that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. EDT. So, well, the tournament is over for most people now. So how has the tournament been for you, Seb?
It has been amazing, actually. I didn't even know about the tournament. Flesh told me the first time I got into his stream, and I was like, "Oh no, I missed it!" And then I entered on a whim because Ducky couldn't participate, and I asked Kat if I could sub, and it has been just wonderful.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember there were some issues with Ducky participating, and you were the one who took over. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
sadly he had some issues with his PC.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, his hard drive died just before the race, so it was pretty unfortunate. But speaking of which, how was the tourney for you, Dream?
So far, it has been mostly very fun. My sometimes like you I like for a few races or no, mostly for the first race against Cat, like the last race I did, I wasn't feeling all too well. But other than that, it has been very fun to participate in this tournament, and it's all I find it very fun to do commentary as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that I got to do one final commentary in this tournament before it's over, since I can't really commentate tomorrow's race because I'm in it. That would be a bit weird. I'm not that good at multitasking.
Yes, I'm sadly I won't be able to commentate tomorrow, so that's why I just took the last chance to commentate today. And
Yeah,
honestly, it's really fun.
it is indeed.
Yeah, the tournament is going to finish soon, guys. What do I do with my life?
Well, you can always start a new tournament if you want.
Ah,
Let's
probably.
actually do that.
Oh, we
Nah,
still have to do the Momo chess tournament, actually.
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah, so if anyone is interested in the game, we have a Discord. It is linked in chat. If you can join if you want to learn more about the game, if you want to learn to speedrun the game, or if you just want to hang out in a nice chill community. We have a dedicated channel for pets and pictures of pets. So yeah, you don't really have to. Well, you probably have to enjoy Momodora to to join our community, enjoy it there, but you don't have to really want to play it. You can just hang out.
Yeah,
It's
we have
very
a few
nice.
cool people just
Yeah,
hanging out
everyone is really
playing
nice.
the game. Yeah. I also remember to follow the runners. They're really cool people. And honestly, I just gotta step in for Kat here because she's a really good runner, and it's been really unfortunate for her recently. And also
Yeah.
remember to follow the commentators because I need that follow.
Yeah, and and Quadcat is also the one who arranged this tournament and is doing the scheduling or yeah, arranging all of it. So it has been very nice of her to do that. And
Yeah, give Kat some love. She has been amazing in all this time, and well, today she was very unlucky. On any other given day, she would probably kick my ass.
yeah, like well, maybe your PDs are very close to each other, so it's
You know,
unfortunate that we didn't get to see that epic Momo gaming, but you
Yeah,
did get to show off some two very solid rounds still. So
yeah, and the
there,
roll
that
jump.
is nothing to be ashamed. Yeah, and a roller jump. That's the most important thing.
of
Like,
course.
sure, okay, you got third place in the tournament, but you did a roll jump on a stream in a race.
Yeah, first time, man.
That's like the event of the century. The best moment in the whole tourney when Seb
Yeah,
did
Yeah,
that roll jump.
I am
and
fulfilled.
I also have to thank SpeedGaming for doing all the behind the scenes work and like setting up the streams and all the technical stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Speed Gaming.
It's
Thank you,
so
SpeedGaming.
nice to have an organization that does it so smoothly. Like from our point of view, at least from my point of view, it feels very smooth. We did have some issues in race one, but it got quickly fixed when we had the time to fix it, or when they were notified about it and could fix it between race one and two. So they do some very good work. But I think that is it for us today. Unless you have any closing remarks.
Let's see. Tomorrow you're gonna complete the dream and pull the biggest upset in Momo history.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good dream to have. I hope I can do it. I hope I can pull it off.
I mean, you're a dream fox for a reason.
Of course, man.
It is the dream. But yeah,
It's literally in your name.
it is in my name. Yeah, so I guess that's it for us today, and we have one more race tomorrow. I hope to see more people then, or more people. I hope to see all of you there again.
Yeah, sadly I won't be able to watch it, but I'm gonna watch the VOD as soon as I am able to.
Yeah, so I guess it's time to say goodbye for today, and yeah, thanks for the good luck. I will do my best to take down the evil search engine tomorrow. Yeah.
Firefox Go.
No, I'm not Firefox. I'm not Firefox.
Yeah, you're a Dreamfox.
Dreamfox.
Much
Mhm.
better.
Yeah.
The better search engine.
The best. Oh yeah, I should start a search engine company and develop a search engine that's called Dreamfox.
Yeah, gives more accurate results.
Keep the dream alive. Ah, no. Well, yeah. Before we start talking about even more random stuff, let's say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dream, for the commentary. Thank you, Seb, for the amazing crunch, and thank you everybody for watching. And
Thanks.
thank you everybody for watching the whole tourney. If you did, if you didn't, it's still okay. All right, see ya.
See ya.
Okay. Bye bye.